Hello, 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 back again. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of take a couple of live trades with you here. So, what we're waiting for, all right, 9:30 was right here. So your 8:30 time frame would be this box right here. Sorry, I hit my keyboard. All right, what we're waiting for is a big red bar to close outside of that box, or we're waiting for a big green bar to close now above this. All right, what we need right now to take a trade is fuel. We don't have news to make the market go anywhere. All right, so what we use instead of news is areas of liquidity. Okay, what are areas of liquidity? Areas where there's a lot of stop losses. All right, either to the upside or the downside. Now, what you want to do again, okay, this never stops, guys, never stops. What you want to do again right now is mark off your, can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? You want to mark off your no trade zone. All right, we're kind of ranging right here. Rectangle. All right, our no trade zone is now right here. Now, with these no trade zones, okay, why do I only mark off a certain area, right? Why am I not putting my no trade zone here to here? Because that doesn't defy a no trade zone area, all right? This area right here, you do not want to be taking any trades because you don't know. Just like you saw right here before the bell or after the bell, you know, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You're not going to get a good trade. They're going to pickpocket you. They're going to take all your money. All right, so we're looking. All right, let's see if this bar can hold. If we do, we're going to buy. All right, we're in.
Filled.
Oh, wait, it filled me. I guess I have my parameters. See right here? I have my 4 a.m. brackets, and then I have for my take profit, because the pre-market, the take profit's very small, and then we go to the 9:30 to 10, and my take profit and stop loss 1-to-1 risk reward. All right, so we want to move that to 9:30 to 10 o'clock. We missed that. We would have easily got that fill. All right, we would have easily took that one trade. I forget how to get rid of these dang enter and exits. I don't like them. But you see how that worked out, right? You be patient, right? Let the market do what it wants to do, right? That's what you're waiting for. You need fuel to add to the fire. What's going to make you the most money when you take trades is fuel on the fire, right? That's what you're looking for, guys, all right? You don't want to be trading in this area, right? But how we continue just to range bound, you know, you want to be looking for your trades. If you're going to short away from the 20 to come back to the 20, and if you're going to go long, you want to get in away from the 20 in a specific location, not in between, not in the mess, all right? So, okay, this here now, this, I would say, mission accomplished. We blasted off, right? So now we're waiting for our next trade setup, all right? What I would tell you guys is that the bulls, right? The market loves to do the same things over and over. So since we're bearish all morning, right? Those bulls are going to want to try and come back and retest the overnight high. Okay? So remember that. That's the way the game is played, okay? Now, had we done this in the morning and then we came down here, oh no, excuse me. Had we done, yeah, the opposite way. Had we done this and then we came down here, right? And then we came back up here at the open, those bears are going to want to try and retest that support. All right? So now that we made, and again, what that one trade I just posted was that letter M, right? And what did we do? I marked off that measured move, and that's where I took my take profit. Okay, now we have the opposite. We had the letter W, right? If you look at it, we had the letter W, and look at the move that it gave us, right? That move was the measured move from here to here. Okay, and we got it. Mission accomplished. Done. Now, what are we doing? We're waiting for our next trade. All right, remember, trading is 90% waiting. That's what it is. Our next good trade, okay, we're in a really nice area. I like this. The 20 is getting ready to cross the 200, right? but we got the VWAP sitting up above us. Okay? If you guys know anything about trading, you know the VWAP is a major area. Okay? A lot of traders and a lot of market makers. Let's say I'm a company. Okay? This is how market makers make money. I am an institution. I got 10 billion shares I got to get rid of. Okay? And I'm going to say, hey, if you can get me VWAP or better, I'll give you X amount of dollars. Okay? So as a market maker, if I got to sell those shares, I'm going to sell them at the VWAP. And vice versa in a downtrend. Okay? Or when it's pulling back in an uptrend to the VWAP. If I want to buy a billion shares, I'm going to tell that market maker, I'll give you X amount of dollars if you can get me VWAP or better. So that VWAP is market maker territory, all right? So you always want to be cautious in an area like this where you're getting ready to cross the 200. The VWAP is really close, all right? So your best trade is going to be when we break that VWAP, all right? And, you know, if we take out all this, we're going to see another nice move, okay? Why? Because we have fuel from all the stop losses being taken out, okay? But now you got to remember, taking out stop losses, it's all about, you know, recognition, location, 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 because a lot of times they'll do fake out breakouts like you're, you know, what you'll see here, but typically that's not going to happen until you're in a support and resistance area, okay? Typically that won't happen. If you get a nice big green bar up here, usually that'll be a fake out. Years ago, breakouts were your bread and butter. They no longer work like they used to. All right, so if you're going to enter a breakout area like this, you're going to want to enter after it does this and then pulls back to retest. Then you're going to enter. But you wouldn't enter. You could enter on the retest, but I would enter up here on the stop losses. All right. So this is where trading gets boring. You know, this is part of trading. Most people lose money because they don't have the patience to wait, right? Everybody wants to jump right in. Everybody wants to get right in. So right now, what do we got? All right, and I'm doing all this stuff so you guys know exactly what to do. Right here, we are ranging. So this right now, and I shouldn't have used that one, but we can. I should have just drew a little box. All right, so what is this zone right here? What is this? This is your no trade zone, right? No trade zone. Notice this breakout didn't work. Notice this breakout didn't work, right? So we didn't break out to go long. We didn't break out to go down. Again, this area is going to be an area to watch, all right? We have too many things going on right now. You know, we got the 20 that just crossed the 200, and we got the VWAP up above us, and we're just kind of bouncing around. If you want to win at trading, you have to be patient, all right? Let's get up to this VWAP, see what we do. If we blast through it, all right, you're going to be looking to enter on the pullbacks, okay? You don't want to be buying up here, entering up here, right? And depending on the VWAP, okay? You don't want to be buying way up here. You want to be buying on the pullback, okay? So let's give the market time. All these traders that are trading right here, you know how many people are blowing up their accounts right now by getting involved in that mess? Right? The overall direction is down. But again, this is a major, this is like, it's just a major zone. You know, the 20, the 200, the VWAP. Got to be careful, guys. You got to know what you're doing if you're going to make money in this game. Now I have a lot of other information open right now and up on other charts that you guys aren't seeing. So let's do, and we'll get into all that. We'll go over everything, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So right now, let's draw our line, all right? Let's draw that line. Let's array this line. All right, so now we're forming a little triangle right here. Again, we got this no trade zone. All right, now outside the no trade zone, typically what you'll get is an equal distance on the top as you do on the bottom. All right, so that's how you know that your trade zone is correct. But typically, you'll have that little swing up and down on the outside. All right, so now here we go. But now we're at the VWAP. Let's wait. Let's see. All right, we busted through that VWAP. Let's see what we do. Coming back to touch it. All right, look at how far off the 20. We're bouncing off that 20. All right, let's see what we're going to do right here. All right, the only reason I'm not jumping in this right now is because we are at the VWAP. And as you can see, the market makers have been selling this VWAP all morning. All right, so you want to use caution. All right, we got that bar. Any little pullback right now, I'm going to buy. Come on, pull back just a little bit. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. I'm in. I'm going to move that down just a tiny bit because we should pull right back to this area. And now I know where we're going to be going, where we're going to be looking to go. So I moved up my take profit on that one right there. And we might not make it. It might come right back for us. Remember, they love hunting these stop losses. But we should pull back to this area right here and then go up for the retest. But this was a really strong move. We bounced off that 20. We didn't even pull back to the 20 right here. All right. So if you guys can see that, look at all this right here. We pulled back. We didn't even come close to the 20, right? But the 20 did cross the 200 here. We did hold the VWAP. We held the VWAP. So now we should be looking to come back up here and retest this high. All right, but if we're struggling right here, you know, that's going to make or break this deal. But we should continue up to retest that area. That's what the market like to does. I mean, we have a very strong bounce here off of that 20. We never came even close back to touching it or retesting it. So right now, everything looks good to stay in this position. I want to see this nice bounce breakthrough here. And it's very odd that we're not getting it right now, especially this time of the day. I mean, this thing should have just took off like a rocket. So that's my only concern right now, is that it's not. You know, I have my stop loss down here. And again, this should have taken off like a rocket. We had this nice move, a bounce, not close to the 20. Not close to the 20. But we're losing momentum, right? It's not doing what it should do. And typically when it doesn't do what it should do, you want to get out. But we're going to hold on to it because the time of the day, and I know that it wants to come back up here and retest this. All right? So we're up 26, 22. And again, I did move that up a little bit. And I really don't want to lose more than half of that profit, which I already did. I should have exited out. Let's see if we bounce off the 20 here. If we don't, I'm not going to lose that whole stop loss. I'm going to close it out if we don't bounce off the 20. And this is what you got to do. You got to manage these trades, guys. You got to pay attention. You got to know the feel of the market. But like I said, since we didn't rock it right here, which I don't know why, you know, if we come back up here, we're struggling. You don't want to close out the trade because having patience is part of the game, right? You got to be patient. You know, people that just close out their trades for no reason are typically always going to lose money. But our reason right now for doing that would be because we didn't get this follow through right here. All right? We didn't get what should have happened. Okay? We had this really nice strong move, but no follow through. It's fizzling out. All right? Again, you know, now we're starting to see that trend line here. We're getting equal the right side of the roof. Remember the right side of the roof? And that should not have happened. So if we get a candle that closes, if that candle closes underneath that 20, I'm out. All right, so now that kind of broke the right side of the roof. We got smoke again. You know, let's see, are people going to come back in here and start buying this up? But this is what you got to do, you know? And I don't want to move my stop up manually because then they're just going to come and whack it right out. And, you know, I've seen them come whack it out just like that in one bar anyway, regardless. But we are just struggling, and this should not be happening in a strong move like that at this time of the day, which is what concerns me on this trade. Now, I still have all that other information open. You know, the internals of the market. You know, the VIX is way down, which means the market should be going up. The MES is actually going up pretty well right now. But we just closed below, so I'm getting out for that little bit of loss. So we took a loss on that, but now we're below the 20. Again, and the number one reason for that is we struggled in this area. That should not have happened. It just shouldn't have happened. But it did, and that's what you got to look out for, right? And that's when you can go ahead and manually close your position. I was looking off to the right here. I would have closed it right here on that bar. But that's what's going to happen when I'm teaching you guys. You know, we're going to get stuff like that. So now, right now that we did not get that, now do we just jump right in and go the opposite way? No. Okay? Again, this has been the way this day has gone, right? We've made big moves, and then we've range bound. We've made big moves, and then range. Big moves, and then ranged. Range. Big move, range. Big move, range. Right? So now we want to wait, okay? The next thing you want to do right now is get your no trade zone, right? Our no trade zone is right in here. But notice, right, when we came up here like this, it came back and it touched here for that test. And then we went off, right? A little bit. And now we're just ranging. So we really don't have a trade anymore. But these are the things you guys have to be able to recognize immediately, right? If it doesn't do immediately what you think it was going to do or should have done, then you got to get out. Don't wait for it to hit your stop. Get out. All right? If it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, you have to get out. And again, don't ever get out and go the opposite direction. Get out and wait. Wait for the next setup. Wait for the next trade. Like I said before, this was going to be a really tricky area, right? Okay, like I said, the market makers have been selling that VWAP all morning. All right, every time we came up to that VWAP, man, they sold it off, right? And we did jump through it a few times, but, you know, that's just collecting money. Right? So now I'm looking to go short. All right? After we had this big failure, you know, at the VWAP in this major area, we didn't see that continuation. I don't think they're going to come back up. And, you know, I don't want to say I don't think because, you know, that'll get you killed in the markets too. But notice what we did do. We almost came to yesterday's close, right? And that's a major area. Like I said, the higher probability trade today would be up because they don't want, when the market is 100% in one direction, they're not going to let it do that. They're not going to let all these people keep that money. They want to get it back, right? So what will they do? They'll bring the market up to yesterday's close. And if yesterday we were up here and we opened down here, or no, if we closed yesterday here and we opened here, well, now we have 100% net long, and the higher probability trade at the bell would be down because they're going to want to come down and rebalance the markets, right? You have to think like them, guys. You have to. It's imperative to your trading, right? But again, you don't want to just reverse your trade because this one didn't work, because you never know what their next move is. You have to be patient. You have to wait for those setups. So now we do have that 20 that's falling, but again, we are above the 200 now, and we're still in this VWAP area. All right, and I just really don't like that where we're at right now overall in the big picture, right? We've been selling off VWAP all morning. We struggled in VWAP here. So now I want clear confirmation. And the only way to get that is to be patient. Right? You don't want to be trading in a sideways market. You might make a couple of, base hits here and there, and you can actually trade every single candle if you want. I'll show you that once we get a little bit further in the game. I'll trade like that for you one day to show you. And for that, you use bar charts like this. But you can pretty much trade every single bar and a profit. But I'm only looking for that 4 a.m. profit target, 650, which gives me $5 every trade, $5 and some change. And I'll take one right here. But you got to, the name of this game is you got to get in right away on a new bar. And I'll show you what I mean. All right, well, let's go back to the regular thing because now we're starting to move. We'll go over that. Again, I just don't want to jump in blindly right here because we got yesterday's high, right? And no trades have really been working so far in this market. But we had this big move up, and what should happen is we get this measured move on this bar, and look at that, we're almost there already, right? So this is where trading gets tricky, guys, and you have to know these are the things that you're only going to learn during experience, okay? Having time in front of the screen. That's the only way you're going to get to know what I'm trying to teach you right now. All right, I can tell you all this, but 90% of you'll think you'll have it in a week or two, and you'll go out there and you just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to end up losing your accounts, blowing up your accounts, and you're not going to do very well. The only way you'll get to understand things like this, like I'm telling you, and why you need to be careful and cautious. And, if you wanted to be a buyer, you want to buy down here. But look where we are. Again, it's all about location in trading. We just crossed the 200, and we're at the VWAP that they've been selling off all day. Right? The higher probability trade was to the upside because we were 100% net short this morning. All right? So I hope you're understanding what we're saying, and why didn't I jump in up here after we broke this? Because look at the measured move, guys, right? We had the measured move that already played out, right? And you could have gotten in here, but why would you? That's not a high probability setup. It's not a high probability trade, all right? We've already made half that measured move, but we still had this area of resistance. We still had yesterday's close, a few ticks above us, and then we have the major resistance from the overnight high. All right, so this whole general area right now, it's just you want to wait, okay? You can jump in every trade and you're going to lose your account, but that's not how professional traders trade. That's not what we're looking for, right? How many, not even how many, no institution in the world has traded yet. If they did, they bought down here, but I think they're all selling from this morning's pre-market high, right? Like I already showed you, the VWAP. They've been selling the VWAP all morning. So what do? They rope in retail traders, right? How many retail traders bought this, and how many do you think got in up here? You know what I'm saying? You guys following me? Right? And then they tank it on them, right? You have to think like the market makers, right? I've been telling you that since day one. This is how the market works, and this is why so many people lose money. If you were going to be a buyer, you'd want to buy here. But buying here gives you no information whatsoever, right? We're under the 20. You don't want to buy under the 20, right? Not only that, but the 20 was starting to point down right there. You don't want to buy the break of the 20 because we're in a no trade zone inside a range. And you don't want to buy the break of this high because we have the overnight, yesterday's close, and then we have major resistance right above us. So there's no point, right? That's just gambling. So we're still inside this range here. So we moved $30, you know, up and down here. But the last good piece of advice I could give you here now, right? I'm using a 1,000 tick chart to trade on this platform here for the futures. Okay, now if we go to the 2-minute, everything's going to change. But on this 1,000 tick chart, you know, we don't really have a clear direction. We have sideways on the 20, on the VWAP, and on the 200. All right? I'm telling you, sometimes it's best not to trade. Right? And right now, it's just one of those times. And yes, we do have other information here. Right? Back here, I wasn't on with you guys. But bouncing off here on the rising 20, again, if you got in, you would have made a couple of points, but we started ranging again. And even though we ranged here, but we made a big move up, now a big move down, and now we'll probably range again. That's just what the market, that's the overall day type today. Right? When we look at the day type from the overnight, what did I say in that video? We're kind of trending down, sideways and down. Right? We're not making major moves. But typically days like today, they'll do this until 11:30, 12 o'clock when most traders are away. And then they'll just start grinding it up, or they'll start grinding it down for the rest of the day, right? Every day is not going to be that boom, bang, bang, boom. But when you have sideways action like we're seeing right now, if you want to be in this game for a long time and you want to make money like this, you got to be patient. You just have to be patient. Now, could we double bottom right here? Sure, we could, but again, it's where we're at. We are at that VWAP that they've been selling all day, so I would be very hesitant to take a trade in this area for a bounce. We're under the 20, right? Even though the 20 is above the 200, this is what's telling me, this is what's keeping us safe right now. If it makes sense, right? We don't have a direction right now. We have up, down, sideways. That's it. But we're hovering at this VWAP, again, that they've been selling all morning. So, welcome to the wonderful world of trading. Right? All the pictures that I posted over there, it was throughout the entire day, right? I wasn't trading all day. I took a couple of trades a day, and I posted on Facebook. Right? When the setups were good, when the direction was good. Right now, this is what I would consider gambling. You know, this is why we're not moving, and I'll tell you, okay? You could write this down, just remember it, but the reason why we have this motion is because all the professionals out there are not trading this. Just like I'm telling you, we don't have a setup good enough for a professional trader to trade. So what we have right now is retail trading. That's it. This is probably one of the few and rare times you'll just see pure retail price action. Now, is there things going on behind the scenes? Sure. They're probably dumping their positions into these bounces, right? But until we get confirmation, we're not trading. All right? Until we see a direction, either a breakout above here or a breakout below here, we're just going to keep on sitting on hands, right? Now, if we come underneath this trend line and come back up to retest it, right, then maybe we'll take a trade. The best place to actually take that trade would be, again, taking out their stop losses. All right? I want to teach you guys the right way and the safe way to trade. All right? I want you guys to learn and understand that patience is the number one thing you can learn in the markets. All right? And if you don't take any trades for the day, guess what? You still won, right? Because if you traded in this mess, you're going to lose. But that's why we're seeing this right now, because there's no real big money coming into this to trade. Now, you'll see once we break out, like where I said, you're going to see the market make a pretty big move. Or decent enough move where we're going to get follow through and you're going to see the volume pick up. But right now, you know, the current bar has like 1,000 trades on it. The volume has been dying off since the bell. And the reason for that is because the price action that's in front of us. Most professional traders, not most, but nobody's trading this right now. Except, you know, your average retail gung-ho wannabe traders. Your Wall Street bettors, they're the ones trading this. You know, and one thing you got to understand is, you know, we're not on a lower time frame, but a lot of these things like Head and Shoulders, you know, they typically won't really work like they do on the low float stocks. But you want to find that stuff on higher time frames. And on higher time frames, we don't have any of that right now. But, you know, our average true range on the NASDAQ is 100, 200 points a day. And right now, we're bouncing 30 points. You follow me? And I know, you know, most of you guys probably already left this video. The ones that are still here, my hat goes off to you because typically you're the ones who are going to end up making it. A lot of people just don't have what it takes to sit here and be patient, to sit here and learn. You know, they'll grab one or two things, think they know everything, and they just run off and lose all their money and then give up. I couldn't tell you the amount of time that I put into learning the trade. Alright, now we have that break. So now we're going to look for something like this, right? And when we do get that, this is where I'll enter. When we take out these stop losses. So right now, let me draw that line. Let me just leave it there, see if we get this come down. We're under that 20, right? And if we get this price action, then we're going to be under that 200 also. But the thing that I always tell you guys, the market likes to move in twos, right? We got this measured move, boom, boom. And then we got this measured move. Boom, boom, right? But I hope you guys you're seeing what I'm showing you here, right? If we're going to do it, we're looking for this right here. But like I said, this has been the theme all day. Big move, chop. Big move, chop. Right? And these are the kind of the days that it's better just to not trade at all. Right? These type of days are the days that people lose their accounts. Especially all these people that for some reason feel the need to pay to practice to try and get a funded account. That is hilarious to me. Like, there are so many free resources out there. If you wanted a funded account, read what their requirements are, go to a platform like this, and trade using the same goal requirements they require. Once you're at that level and you could do it, pay the money to get funded. But why would you pay? I mean, I see these things on Facebook. They're paying, you know, every week. They're sending them $200, $300. I blew up another account. I'm buying another one. Blew up. Why would you do that? You know, these accounts that they're funding you, they know you're not going to pass. That's a business for them, funding you, right? You know, they're probably funding $50,000 accounts to the one or two people out of the millions that fail. So they're not losing any money. They're just a money-making machine. So I do want to cut this short. I don't want to be here all day with the market going sideways like this. Eventually, we're going to either break out of here or break out of here, and we're going to see nice moves. But I don't want to hold you guys up. This is not a day you want to be trading. So if you watch this whole video, congratulations. I appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. And I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, guys. Have a good one.